Repetition. Nothing is as important as the quantity and quality of repetition to condition the complex muscle movement required in music and sport. Many activities in daily life are automated through inordinate amounts of repetition. Yes, we can all tie shoelaces without requiring much concentration, but it takes time and repetition to learn it in the first place. To learn any skill, one try is never enough. Confidence comes from the repetition of tasks to a consistently high standard. Get it right so many times that you don't need convincing that you can do it. This has been appreciated since the beginnings of time. The great thinkers Aristotle and Heraclitus, to mention but two. Aristotle's point is an important one. No one is born excellent. You become excellent with repeated effort. Copy down these quotes to remind you of the importance of repetition. Almost always, students don't do the number of repetitions required to learn a skill thoroughly and effortlessly. Note the phrase on the bottom right-hand side. Listen to this excerpt of Chopin's Fantasy Impromptu. What are the challenges? Performing Frédéric Chopin's popular but challenging Fantasy Impromptu requires me to play approximately 19 notes per second, which in turn coordinates about 380 muscle movements per second. This must be learnt to such an extent that conscious attention to the notes is virtually no longer necessary, because at very fast tempi, learned automated responses occur faster than the performer can think about it. Repetition is the fundamental principle in learning new skills. Nothing is so important. Automation frees up the brain to concentrate on other aspects of the learning. For example, if you can hit a tennis backhand without thinking about it, then you can focus on where to place the shot. This is the aim of any sporting or artistic skill, to render the technical demand to an almost unconscious level. Memorization is what experts do when they learn the muscle movements to execute a skill. As Daniel Levitin says, there's nothing particularly special about this type of learning. If you repeat an action in a certain manner and for a sustained period of time, the brain will learn and the muscles obey. Myelin, the chemical of effortlessness. Myelin is an insulator. It coats the axon sheath of a neural circuit, speeding up the transmission of data, automating skills and making them seem easier to perform. Faster neurons lead to faster thought. If you want to be an expert, get some myelin on those skill circuits. How do you get myelin? Only one way: repetition. Think of a skill that was once a real challenge to learn, and that same skill you can now execute effortlessly. You've automated the process. This is myelination. Have a think for a moment. What problems might come with repetition? Mistakes. Warning, repeat carefully. The learning brain does not distinguish between good and bad habits. Have you had that experience? Learning something the wrong way or with the wrong technique? Perhaps it was a dance move or music or how to catch a ball. It's jolly difficult to correct it afterward, isn't it? So get it right as soon as possible. Practice makes permanence, and good and bad habits will be equally hard to eliminate. Do you find repetition boring? Some people do. When constant repetition is boring, our boredom is telling us that our brains are not engaged. Practice requires 100% attention, unlike performance, where we allocate our attention in a different way. If you're turning off during practice, stop and re-engage yourself. Repetition can lead to boredom and loss of attention. You've got to know how to repeat. Many people think that there is but a singular type of repetition, a drill we call blocked repetition. Blocked repetition means repeating something exactly the same way each time. Whilst it's useful for getting the new brain circuit started, for long-term and robust learning it has a quick forgetting curve. It delivers a delusion of competence. You think you've got it today, but you've forgotten it tomorrow. There are better ways to repeat, as we'll see soon.